Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another Wargame Quickie. This time around it's basically all around supplies, various, well, not necessarily micro techniques, but just stuff that you may not be aware of, and some of the stuff can actually be very crucial. So first off, let's get over the basic stuff everyone knows. If you have a unit that needs to get resupplied, you can just resupply, right click on the fob, and then it goes there and resupplies. I hope everyone watching that knows it. What you can of course also do is, which probably also mostly everybody knows, and something that you should definitely do is, you can right click on a fob and then hold shift and right click somewhere else, so that it immediately, once it's fully resupplied, it immediately flies to that other destination that you gave the unit. So you will see the Apache resupply until it's full of ammo again and fuel, and then you can see it starts flying to the destination over on the right. Same thing works with supply trucks, of course, but another thing that is very important is that includes the orders you can give the supply trucks. So of course you can right click with the supply truck on the fob and then click somewhere else and it will do that, but obviously that is not very efficient. The same thing works with fast move. So don't tell your supply truck or something to move next to the fob and wait for it to resupply. Just tell it to fast move on the fob's icon or on the fob's model, it doesn't matter, and then hold shift and fast move back to just behind the front line or wherever you want it. And then the supply truck will do exactly the same thing. And that helps massively. I think many, and I've had it a shit ton of the time in the past as well. All the time when you have a supply truck sending it back to the fob, very often it happens that you just forget that it's parked next to the fob and it's not moving to the front line. And that can at times be very detrimental and potentially losing certain units. Another thing that is also good to know, or well, let's go over this first. What hopefully also most of you know is that multiple supply trucks supply faster, right? It doesn't matter if they're split or not, but that obviously also goes hand in hand with supplies of the same type sharing supply when you regroup them. In this case, obviously only this one resupply, and that would resupply just as fast as the cargo over here. However, if you merge them together, they will share the supply. You can also just see when I split them again, they both have half of the supply, right? But if you merge them together and you turn the ammo on here, you will see that this is already at 20, 25, 30, and this one is basically half as fast, right? Also very crucial to know, and like I said, it doesn't matter if they're split together or not. In the past, people thought that you had to split them, but that is actually not the case. It doesn't matter. Obviously, it also resupplies faster if you have multiple supply trucks of different variants around. They don't have to be the same variant, so that works. Next up is you can also only resupply a specific unit. What that means is I can right click, or again fast move works as well, or you could theoretically even tell it to reverse on a certain unit you want, but just give the command right click or fast move or reverse, whatever you want, onto one specific unit, and what it does then, it will resupply, repair and repair whatever you want, only that specific unit. As you can see, both mothers have used fuel and shot ammo. Oh, hold up. Maybe it doesn't work with reverse, actually. I'm looking like an idiot now. Yeah, it doesn't actually work with reverse. Interesting. But as you see, in this case, not with reverse. Apparently I'm talking out of my ass here. I thought it would work. With fast move, you can, or right click, like I said, we just right click instead now. It will only resupply this mother one here, not the one next to it, despite this one also obviously being in the circle. However, if the mother one is fully resupplied, then the cargo will start resupplying everything else around it as well. Which you can see if I do that on the Panzergrens up there. They both of these squads, they shot out of the rifles and MGs, as you can see. So what you will see is that first this quota gets resupplied, and once they're full, the other one automatically gets resupplied as well. Let's just see. Yeah, you can see only the icon for this one appears and then that one. So that is very important if you only want to, if you have limited supply around and you only want to repair, let's say, a super heavy or something. Of course, it doesn't work if you have one supply truck around and you want to specifically repair 2 tanks or something, but at times it can be something worth noting. And also, and that is probably more important in that regard, in case you like tell your supply truck to move next to a unit or something just in this area, if you accidentally fast move or right click onto a unit, that may lead to you accidentally only resupplying that unit at first. So be aware when you do that. That could also again screw you over if you don't pay attention. So yeah, it's probably actually more useful in just knowing that this could screw you up as opposed to knowing that you can only resupply one unit as a useful type of thing, if that makes any sense. The next thing, I think there's only one thing left, yeah, and that is that supply trucks can repair critical hits. Obviously, in this case, it's gonna be hard to give my units like optical failure, but it can repair any crit as long as, and I've said this in a video before, but again, I just do this again because there's a lot of new people, and yeah. Can repair any kind of grid as long as you either refill ammo or repair the unit that is damaged. It does not work by refueling your unit. So I'll see you in just a second when I'll try to get one of these martyrs detracked. Alright, we have a detracked martyr here. You see it has not fired any rounds just yet. Another important thing is that if your unit has a moving command still, but is detracked, it's obviously not moving. However, as you can see, you can give it a stop command, and that is important because if you can give it the stop command, it means it still has a moving order by you. And if it still has a moving order, you're not able to resupply it, even though it's standing still. And if it's a CV, it will not count as capping a zone if it's in a zone, because it has still the moving command, even though it's standing still. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. It's just a very important thing that you should know. So if you can see me moving up here, let's just move these out of the way so they're not taking my supply. A bit closer. I'm standing still, right? And it's not getting resupplied. So if I press stop now, you can see it will only get refueled. It hasn't shot anything, but since it's only getting refueled, it's not gonna get the detracked crit repaired, right? Right, I press stop. So let's actually turn off ammo for now. Press stop. Give it the shooting command, so it has used up some ammo. All right. And now it's standing still. You know, I'm turning on ammo. Ammo got refilled, and it's not detracked anymore. So yeah, that kind of times, if you have a supply truck around, can really save your butt. However, be aware that if your unit just got damaged or shot at, I'm not sure how long it is, or if there's like some specific rules as opposed to how much damage it got or something. But if it just got damaged, then there's like a countdown or timer on the unit during which it cannot get repaired, refilled, and whatnot. So if your tank just got shot at or something, you won't be able to repair it for like a minute or so. So sometimes you do. It's weird. I can't actually fully explain it to you, but it's also something that you can do. Is if you know there's a tank somewhere in the area and you don't have any means to kill it, but you know it's damaged, and if you shoot it even with just mortars and you hit it, it resets the timer until it can get repaired again. So that's also something worth noting. In fact, let me just get some mortars around here. And they have used up their fuel. Let's also shoot a couple of rounds. Why do they have their weapons turned off? Let's do this. Alright, let's move like these out of the way. Regroup you. These mortars in. Fire at the Abrams. And then it should not be able to get repaired for a while. Or refilled and refueled. Oh, I have it on slow still. Alright, let's move it out of the way, just so it's not standing in some fire or something. And you can see it's not getting repaired, but in a couple of seconds it should be able to get refilled, and yeah, there you go. So yeah, I believe the same goes for where the other Abrams is. You turn you off and shoot with your couple of rounds. The same should go if you shoot at supplies. I just hope I'm not killing the supply just now. I'm shooting next to it because morale damage most of the time is also enough. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, it actually does not work if you shoot a supply drug. That's something that I never really fully confirmed. Good to know though. So, yeah, I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge. I hope I didn't miss anything, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you next time.